Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? It has been an entire in-game year since we started the project. Really not as impressive when you think about how long that is in real life. Anyway, hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time we made our way here to Driftveil City, and we had lots of plot thrown at us. So I think to recover from the battery of plot that got thrown at us, I think we're just gonna explore Driftveil City a bit. Whoa, dude, if a Pokemon uses the move Surf, it can catch a wave. Definitely something we're gonna have to keep in mind, in more ways than one. So basically what I want to do is I kind of want to just explore Driftveil City a bit, because we haven't really had an episode of just wandering around recently. I think the last time we really did it was way back when we first got to Nimbaza City, which was a long time ago. Driftveil's gone and changed so much, I thought I'd been hornswoggled. Pretty sure that isn't a real word. But anyway, anyone who's played the original Black and White will notice that Driftveil City has sort of been, I don't want to say Castelia-fied, but there are several high-rise buildings in this city now that were not here before, which is pretty interesting. Driftveil City has seen a huge boom in the past 2 years. Oh, by any chance, was your mother working in a Pokemon Center as a receptionist? You look very similar to her. Yes, indeed, that is true. Pretty fascinating stuff how people will point that out. When things change, I prefer the way it was. And when things don't change, I get bored. I have a twisted mind. The Pokemon next door, I feel like it's intimidating me. The Pokemon next door, huh? What could that be? Oh, hey, there's a Scraggy over here. I didn't even notice. Huh. Very nice. So, there's a few things that I specifically want to point out in Driftveil City here. I'm not going to be exploring absolutely everything, but I feel like there are some things I should probably go over in this episode. Probably not going to be too terribly long, but them's the ropes. First thing I want to point out is right over here, there is a marketplace. Now, if we just ignore Charles right there for a second, there's actually a secret entrance right here, and if we come in, there is an item. We found TM63 Embargo. This move is interesting because it prevents the Pokemon that it's cast on from using items of any kind, which I find very fascinating. Now, if we enter from a different angle, we have this guy. I used to be part of Team Plasma. I have various kinds of incense. Welcome, may I help you? These are interesting. I don't think they're going to be of use to us in the LP, but basically what these do is for baby Pokemon introduced after Generation 2, you have to give one of these incenses to the parent in order to get the baby Pokemon out of it. In order, I believe these are Mime Jr., Mantike. No, wait, no. That one's Azurill. This one's Badoo. This one's Mantike. This one is Bonsly. This one is, I want to say, Happiny. This one is Mime Jr. This one is... Lax Incense. Which one is that? I'm pretty sure this one is Munchlax. I know I'm forgetting a baby Pokemon. Which one is it? Why not? That's what it is. That one's Why Not. Very interesting stuff. Probably not going to be using any of these in the LP because A, they're very expensive, and B, I'm pretty sure I believe that you can get every single baby Pokemon in the wild without using them. So we're probably not going to be covering that. Over here, welcome, this is straight from the farm. You can buy 1 bottle of Moo Moo Milk or 1 dozen bottles of Moo Moo Milk, which is, I believe, 100 hit points recovery. Pretty nice stuff, but we're not going to be buying it because I actually don't have that much money at the moment because of all the catching we were doing. You, glad you came. You want something good? Yes? Then show me a Pokemon level 30 or more. Oh, strong. You, great. Take this. The Expert Belt. This could be interesting. This boosts the power of only super effective moves, which I definitely think is pretty cool. You, glad you came. Get good at Expert Belts. If a Pokemon has an Expert Belt, the power of its moves is slightly boosted when they are super effective. Indeed, very nice. The medicinal herbs imported from other regions work very well, but Pokemon don't seem to like them because they taste a little bitter. There are medicinal herbs that make Pokemon healthy. Welcome, may I help you? These are herbs, which is a mechanic I believe introduced in Pokemon Gold and Silver. Basically, what these are is they are cheaper alternatives to other items that you can buy, like potions, full restores, stuff like that. The downside is, feeding these to a Pokemon will cause their happiness to go down, which is not very good if A, you're running moves like Return, or B, your Pokemon's evolution depends on happiness. So I definitely recommend avoiding them if possible, and I just noticed it got darker out because it transitioned to 7 p.m. while I was in there, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, over here. I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. I wanted to get the attention of a girl I like, so I learned a new style of Pokemon battling. Its name? Triple Battle. Want to learn about it? Absolutely. In triple battles, you send out 3 Pokemon at a time and battle. The rules are simple, just make all of your opponent's Pokemon faint. And that's a rough explanation of triple battles. I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. Hey, if you're a trainer, how about a triple battle? Yeah, let's do it. You've got a good attitude, don't you? I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. I'm always at full throttle. In White version 2, this would be a rotation battle, as the first battle against Charles, wow, voice crack, the first battle against Charles would have been a triple battle. So basically this is the introduction to the other type if you're so inclined. I believe you can fight Charles once a day, which can be pretty helpful for you, especially if you're not playing the hacked version, but if you're playing the hacked version, it's probably more worthwhile to fight the Hoenn gym leaders repeatedly. Anyway, how a triple battle works. Down here, we have Shift. This will allow Lucario to switch places with Victini. Unfortunately, if you do that, Lucario will not be able to make a move this turn. Why would you want to shift? Well, the reason for that is, as you can see, Lucario can only reach Pokemon immediately adjacent to it, which means it cannot hit that Excelgor over there under any circumstances. However, moves such as flying moves and a few other exceptions can hit faraway opponents, which can be helpful, but if you're not running a flying Pokemon, I wouldn't count on it happening. Luckily, the Pokemon in the middle, which in this case is Victini, may hit anybody, so being in the middle is a very strategic position. You know, I think I'm gonna change my answer and flame charge that Excelgor to exploit its weakness. Unfortunately, that leaves Servine unable to do very much, which unfortunately is a bit of a pattern I've been noticing with Servine as a Pokemon in general, but I suppose for the time being, since we're in this fight, we're just gonna have to work with it. Anyway, Excelgor is using me first, which means it's going to launch Return right back at us. I believe that increases its power, but I'm not positive. And we brought down Krokorok in one hit. Very nice. Not very much experience to be gained from this, unfortunately, because we are currently splitting our experience in 5 directions, which is a little bit awkward. I should probably stop doing that. I don't know. I'll have to reassess the situation in a little bit. But anyway, our stay here in Driftveil City, while I've got this battle sort of going on in the background, I guess. Wow, he has 6 Pokemon. I might as well mention, not to spoil anything, it's not a story spoiler or anything, but I do plan to conduct things a little bit differently in Driftveil City than I have in the past. Nothing too drastic, but I'm going to be switching around the order of some things I plan on doing, just because there is a reason for it. I just rather not mention it until next episode, because it's going to be a little bit interesting. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go. But anyway, we brought down Excelgor, which is very nice. And we're going to smack that Basculin with a return. Wow, these things are actually quite bulky. Anyway, Servine gets hit by another return, which is unfortunate. Alright, what's the next Pokemon to come out, I wonder? Oh, Victini can take that, no problem. That's the nice thing about Victini, all of its stats are quite good. Speaking of Pokemon with quite good stats, this is Archeops. Archeops has some very good stats to back it up. Unfortunately, it has a big drawback in what its ability is. It has an ability known as Defeatist, which really is not a good ability because it basically, I want to say it halves your attack power when your HP is below 50%. It's basically Archeops' Truant ability. It's got quite good stats, but they kind of have to nerf it a little bit just to make sure it's not too terribly overpowered, and that's just how they decided to do it. Wow, Force Palm actually paralyzed. That does not happen often. And down goes Servine. Unfortunately, if you got some Pokemon on the field here, they have the potential to get hit by quite a bit of stuff all in one turn, which is a little unfortunate. And take an Aqua Tail to the face, and wow, we lost Victini that round too. That is surprising, actually. Alright, I think up next we are going to be sending out Mandibuzz. Now, this is an interesting mechanic. Since in triple battles, position actually matters, we can choose what slot our Pokemon is going to go in. So I am not choosing the second Pokemon to send out. I'm actually choosing which Pokemon where I'm going to send out Mandibuzz in its place. So if I click on, say, Houndoom, it'll say, Houndoom can't be switched out, which seemingly makes no sense, because what I am instead going to do is I'm going to place Mandibuzz in place of Servine, which is going to cause them to switch, and then I can pick Houndoom and shift it in the remaining slot. A little bit confusing, and it's really not explained very well in the game. So when people first encountered this in the beginning of when Black and White had first come out, people actually assumed it was a glitch and that they had been stuck. Which is obviously not true, but you can see where they might have made that assumption. Oh yeah, I just noticed, I know Feint Attack on my Houndoom, so I think I'm going to switch over to Lucario and Quick Attack that Basculin. And we are going to Feint Attack Sigilyph. And that leaves not very much for Mandibuzz to do, because Archeops is part rock, and I really don't have too terribly much to take out a rock flying type at the moment, which is a little unfortunate, but them's the ropes. Now, I believe Charles has one more Pokemon. Is that correct? Mandibuzz gets level 38, which I definitely appreciate. Aha, Acrobatics. You see, that is one move I am talking about, and as you can see, it did a ton of damage. Archeops could have hit Lucario with Acrobatics if it had wanted to, because that is a flying-type move, and I'm pretty sure every flying-type move can hit cross-field in a triple battle. The other thing with Acrobatics is it has a base power of 55, unless you are not holding an item. If you are not holding an item, that move has a base power of 110. Yeah, it can be incredibly devastating when you're not expecting it, and you're usually not expecting it to do too terribly much, but since the AI doesn't usually hold items, it usually winds up being far more devastating than you might expect it to be. So keep an eye out for that. Wide Guard right there is an interesting move, because Wide Guard protects the opposing team, but only from priority moves such as Quick Attack or Extreme Speed. Yeah, you see how much damage that did? It's crazy. Sigilyph is mirror moving Feint Attack onto my Mandibuzz, which is not a big deal because it's not very effective. And down goes Sigilyph. We are going to win this, but it's actually going to be a little bit closer than I would have expected, to be honest. And here we finally have Krokorok's Moxie kicking in. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to use Krokorok very much during the Elisa fight, which is the main reason I picked Krokorok up, so it's nice to see Moxie do something. Seeing it in action at least once, very much appreciated. And now we have just Caracosta left. Now, as you can see, we have Mandibuzz all the way over there and nothing for it to hit. However, if we select Feint Attack, you can see we cannot pick Caracosta as a target, but if we pick something like Pluck, we can hit Caracosta because flying-type moves can usually hit cross-field, which is very nice. I feel like that's something not a lot of people know, but not a lot of people play triple battles period. So, fun fact for you. Anyway, down goes Charles. I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. Yeah, we get it, buddy. Sheesh, that's embarrassing, getting schooled when I was planning to teach. Still, you have potential. You have to understand your Pokemon to win in a triple battle. If you want more triple battles, go to the Pokémon World Tournament. What he mentions there is very significant. As you might recall, we've had the Pokémon World Tournament mentioned to us several times over the course of our adventure, and the Pokémon World Tournament is actually located in Driftveil City, which is quite awesome. I'm not sure how much detail I'm going to go into showing at the Pokémon World Tournament, simply because it's basically like the Battle Subway, except with probably 80,000 times more fan service. So I'm probably not going to be covering it in great detail, just because it's fight, but it's definitely worth pointing out its existence, and I'll probably go over what you can do here regardless. I'm very sorry. The Pokémon World Tournament will commence shortly, but we're still preparing the area. Oh, you don't have the Driftveil City gym badge yet? In that case, how about taking on the Pokemon gym first? That's basically the classic Pokemon trope of go get the gym badge and you get to progress. So there's a few more things that I believe we can go through in this city. It's worth pointing out that the Pokemon World Tournament was not here in the original Black and White. Instead, there was an area called the Cold Storage. In fact, I believe that guy right out here will mention this. Is this correct? Even though I used to look at the cold storage every day, I've already forgotten what it looked like. Kinda sad, to be honest. Interestingly, you can catch wild Pokemon in the cold storage, and if you send them to Pokemon Black and White 2, it will report them as being caught at the PWT, which means the in-game data actually overwrites the location slot for the cold storage with the PWT, so it's almost as if it never existed. Welcome to the Driftveil Luxury Suites. I'm sorry, but we're full. Please enjoy our lobby. Except I can also go upstairs, so I don't know why you would say that. I'm pretty sure there are some things we can pick up around here. There's generally lots of free stuff that people will give you in a new town, so talk to everybody. Getting to know someone creates both joy and sorrow. Puns that were funny when you first met get old when you hear them all the time. I'm sure there are people out there that will disagree. As the gym leader of Nimbaza City, Elisa has a shockingly packed schedule. That's what you'd expect from an electrifying model. Very punny. 3 years ago, Team Plasma talked me into letting my dear Pokemon go. Ever since, I've been staying in hotels as I please. To be honest, I feel lonely, but it's a good thing not to have Pokemon who will be left behind, and feel sad after I pass away. Wow, that got dark real fast. Let's see if there's anything up on the 23rd floor for us. I could have probably brought a list of all the free stuff we can get around here, but I felt it would be more natural just to go explore a little bit. An unexpected guest. This is a gift for such a person. An Everstone. Very nice. See? Free stuff. No matter what my guests order, I always serve them in the same manner. That is what I learned from my father, who was a Pokemon trainer. Basically, what the Everstone will do is it will prevent evolution. So basically, if your Pokemon is holding an Everstone, it will not even attempt to evolve. Much better than pressing the B button every level if you want to prevent evolution for some reason or another. Hey, Stunfisk, Panpour, my dear precious Pokemon, kick back and relax today. In this amazing luxury hotel with this big jacuzzi type thing that apparently we're not allowed to walk into. Man, it's actually quite hard to get out of this building. I'll be honest, I never really explored these buildings when I played the game on my own time, so it's quite interesting to see the insides of these. Quite high-end and interesting, not something I really expected from Driftveil City. I would have expected it to be a bit more, I guess, gritty looking, I suppose? That might be the word for it. Interesting stuff. Over here is not what I was expecting, but this is Prudent. Hi, is this David? Really, so you like Pokemon of that type, David? Many of them are cute, aren't they? Oops, my colleague is calling me. I have to get back to work. Talk to you again. Goodbye. I believe that is the third time Yancey has called us. I kind of forgot about that side quest temporarily since it's been so long since we've had anything related to it happen. I'll definitely cover it at the end of the LP, but it's always fun when you encounter these cross-transceiver spots just randomly. Anyway, this guy. Construction on a shortcut to Twist Mountain has started, but it's going to take a while because digging's difficult. That is the clay tunnel. It is a massive tunnel that cuts straight under the Unova region, from Driftveil City all the way through to Twist Mountain. I'm not sure, but I think it also connects to Mistralton Cave. I'm not positive on that, though. This area and this area in particular are very interesting areas for me because they interconnect quite a few seemingly unrelated areas in the Unova region, which I find quite fascinating, to be honest. What's also quite fascinating is that we've only been to 6 cities, and we're almost at episode 50. Look at how much of the Unova region there's left to visit. It is insane how much stuff there is. I can't really make any say as to how long this LP is going to be, but I think it has a very decent shot at being nearly 150 episodes, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. I didn't think it would be that long, but I'm having fun, so I think I'm perfectly okay with that being the case. But anyway, we have explored quite a bit of Driftveil City in this episode. I've gone over several game mechanics that I think are pretty important. And next time on, wow, episode 50 of Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we're going to be switching things up. You might think we're going to the gym, but I think I have something different in mind. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.